Oh, dang, son.
Wow.
Should we get a crowd? I mean, maybe that's what's going on.
Well, next thing you're gonna ask for
What are you doing there? Did we get an issue? Did we get an answer on these things? Oh. One mask more than I had.
Well, they claim you need to wear 2 masks. You know.
I'm not wearing 2 masks. I don't know. I'll take my chances.
Dr. Fauci said.
Dr. Fauci, probably a very intelligent man, knows a lot more about life than I do, but I still ain't wearing 2 masks. What's that? Coffee. Yeah, there you go. Coffee. Good coffee. No coffee. Is everybody? Okay. Ready? All right. At this time, we're going to call this meeting back to regular order. From executive session, let the record reflect it is 11:26 a.m. This is a continuation of a meeting that was started this morning, the 23rd day of March, 2021 at 8:30. We are still in the Hill County Courtroom, Hillsborough, Texas. The quorum of commissioners is still present and established. At this time, the next item on our agenda is going to be, appears to be our last, and that is reconvene regular meeting to discuss and or approve any action needed as a result of executive session, including to appoint a justice of the peace for Hill County Precinct Number 1. That's a lot. So we had a lot of good candidates. We had some great interviews. All you guys came prepared. I was really surprised by the quality of candidates we received for this. And I don't mean that in any negative way whatsoever. A lot of you guys impressed us. We didn't know you very well before this. We know you a lot better now. But that being said, we have to pick somebody out of this group. So tough decision to make, but at this time, Commissioner Precinct 1, it is your precinct.
I got elected here to let you know who we chose, because it's my precinct. First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart and my family's heart for your service to our county, our country, and our community. That means more to me than anything in the world, because without you guys that have served in the military, public service, we would not be what we are. We did have some really good candidates, very impressive candidates. But I'm going to make a motion to accept Trey Jeton.
Second.
There is a motion and a second to appoint Mr. Trey Jeton as the Justice of the Peace Precinct 1 on a term commencing April 1st, 2021. Is there any further discussion on that? Again, I'm serious when I say thank you all for applying today. Very impressive candidates. And no one thing over the other, just the totality of the circumstances of these package. So if there's no further discussion, I'll call for the question. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed? Any abstentions? The motion shall carry. That brings us back to a subject we need to go back to, even though it's the last item on our agenda. And that is, we need to rehash something, and that would be on the county bids. We have in precinct 4, just one place on the county bids, whereby the apparent low bidder is still much, much higher than everybody else. It's not the only bidder, but what we've done in the past is used Itasca Co-op, and you said something during this statement is that you would like to be able to buy fuel from independent oil company. What we're looking at is the possibility of putting on-site tanks on precinct 4 yard. Is that something you would be interested in?
I would.
I guess that's something we can do. If that's the case, would you rather, instead of taking Itasca Co-op's bid, accept the bid of independent oil company for on-site fuel, and then also, because you would no longer be using off-site at Itasca, you could accept them to use Itasca locally. Itasca locally, independent oil locally. But again, that's going to be a lot of resources, because in 7 days, you're going to have tanks set up and everything ready to go. Is that even a possibility?
I don't know about the tanks, I don't know what.
don't know if you rent tanks. I know Precinct 3 used to rent their tanks from Independent, and this is 15, 20 years ago now. So I know that it's something that's happened in the past, I just don't know if it's available now. So do we want to take a recess and inquire of the bidder as to his position on that for just a second, make a phone call if we can? I think just in the nature of transparency and doing the best thing for the taxpayer, if you guys give us about a 15-minute recess, that'll bring us back into session at 11:45, and give us an opportunity, or give somebody an opportunity to give Independent Oil to clarify their bid regarding those fuel tanks.
If there's anything possible, if we were to get tanks from the yard, if large enough tank to where you get a transport, that would help in savings too.
Oh, correct, yeah, if you've got an 8,000 gallon or 10,000 gallon tank, what's in a transport, how much is it?
They 6,500, 6,500 what they carry on their transport.
Yeah, you can get 7,000.
I have a tank in my yard, you're welcome to. And it'll hold
Yes.
about 1,000 gallons. That'll do you.
But you can use probably a 500 to 1,000 gallon gas. The diesel's the main thing, you can transport the gases. Well, again, that's a lot of pressure, so if you guys don't mind, let's take a recess for about 15 minutes to answer that question. We'll come back in and readdress it, if that's okay. All right, thank you very much. All right, we stand in recess until 11:45 this morning, so.
Hey.
Yes, ma'am.
What day did you say this?
His term started April 1st of this year, because March is